So, welcome to a new episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. As you already know, I am Brandon Janeau. In today's podcast, like always, all my podcasts is Urban Boulevard. Shout out to Urban Boulevard, BLVD dot US. That's their website. Also, shout out to their social media page, Urban Boulevard .co. Being a brand ambassador has been an amazing feeling, been an amazing thing. And if you go there at Urban Boulevard, BLVD dot US, all the social media page, and you like something and you want to buy it, use the code Brandon.30. That's Brandon.30 for 30% off of your purchase. Like always, thank you and shout out to my family at Urban Boulevard for being a brand ambassador. I've been there for the last couple of months. And I got to, like I've been saying, I got to get back to it. I got to keep it up. But thank you guys and appreciate you guys. And yeah. um, and let's get into it. So, how am I going to start the show? Like this, I guess. So, for the last couple of days, I've been trying to. Well, let's be real. I've been trying to figure out how I was gonna do this episode, this particular episode. More so if I was gonna do a podcast episode this week at all. To be honest, and I'll be honest, I might not even put this out. I just might do it for just kicks. But how can I say this? The last couple of weeks. Like I said, not my last podcast, but the podcast that just came out, Cool Breeze. I said I've been struggling, and I think my struggling has kicked in, and I think I'm starting to figure out why I've been struggling so much. Um, because it's not depression and it's not anxiety. So what the fuck is it? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure this out, right? And I got to the point, um, uh, last night actually, um, where I was thinking, why am I guess, going to battle with myself, going to war with myself a little bit. And is it because, we're, 6 months into the new year and I'm closing out on 200 episodes? Is it, my summer blues kicking in, like where I kind of like in the middle of the summer, I kind of get these depressions and anxiety moments where I'm kind of like struggling to kind of maintain somewhat of it's not social because that's not the point, but it's somewhat of a very, I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like I don't like to be bothered in certain days. Like I haven't been on social media a lot this week. Shit, for the past couple of weeks. Like the weekend I don't work. Like the weekend I don't post shit except if I got like a top 10 list, which I didn't do this Tuesday. Which again, like the last couple of Tuesdays, I've like not done top 10 lists, which is like my favorite thing to do because it gets me out of my depressions, it gets me out of my anxiety, and it makes me have to be open. And even though I might not be physically doing a listen, I might just be throwing the names out there. It gives me a chance to actually hear different people's point of views on how they look at life and look at things. Because even though we're talking about a list and we're picking musicians and actors and all this shit, it's particularly what you prefer. It's what you deem acceptable to you. So it does give me a different perspective on life. It gives me a different perspective of where people are coming from. It's different ages that like, that's saying, I grew up really on this, but I guess I could see why you would fuck with that, but I really grew up on this. And it's kind of that's what the list does for me. And I haven't done that recently. I haven't really, last couple Tuesdays. I did one, you know, last Tuesday, but I didn't do one this recent Tuesday. And then the Tuesday before that, I didn't do one. And so I've kind of been trying to. It's kind of like that summer blues shit that I'm just saying. It's like a summer blues. Like it's like I'm trying to figure shit out, but I always get this way in the summer. especially when I was like in school. I used to get like this, where I didn't really want to be bothered with people during the summer. Like after a certain point, like August wise, like middle July, early August, that's when I would start like being around my friends and like get back into like the social shit because I had to go back to school and had to get back to the social shit. But I like my space. I like my privacy, and I haven't been able to do also various other podcasts. Now, not like saying that I haven't been asked, but it's more so just off of I'm trying to cope with myself again. Um, and it does feel like a war, and with myself, it does. It feels like an internal battle, an internal struggle where you're trying like you're trying to you're trying to go, you're trying, but you're struggling to kind of get yourself out the gate. You know what I'm saying? It's just hard. It's hard, man. It's like a fucking Kentucky Derby race. Like sometimes the horse just don't fucking want to get out the gate. You can hit me as hard as you want to. Go, go, go. And it's just like, man, fuck you. It's like, fuck you. It's not you. It's just me. The day just not the day. And it's cool. And it's understandable. But I think as I've been trying to figure out why I've been feeling this way, something struck me last night. I see this clip on social media sometimes, and maybe you have too if you have the same kind of like Instagram page I have, kind of. It's Jay Prince, the legendary Jay Prince, rap a lot, creator, CEO, the man. You know what I'm saying? And Jay Prince was on, I think, I want to say Drink Champs back then, and I think he was talking to them, and he was like, "There's only two things in life that we really have: a choice and a chance. That's it. All you have is a choice and a chance. That's it. We think we got way more options, and we got so many different things, but it really does boil down to that, really." And I was kind of thinking, like, that's interesting. So is this a choice? I think it's my choice that I'm not really doing podcasts this week, and I haven't really done a lot. And I've been seeing a lot of people send me shit, and usually I'm so enthusiastic, and I will post it and put it in my Instagram story and be like, my family, the fam, the family, the family, the family. And I haven't done it this week, and I'm sorry to anybody that I haven't. I know I haven't really hit y'all back up on DMs and stuff like that. I'm sorry. Um, and I've been trying to figure that out, and it got me thinking last night about that. Yes, this is a choice of mine to kind of like pull back a little bit because I haven't really been doing what I usually would do, and maybe because this week has been thrown off of me a little bit. Maybe I thought last week threw me off, but this week is really throwing me the fuck off. Like I haven't worked my brother RSA this week, so I haven't had this, I guess, therapy session literally that we usually have where we could back and forth and go back and forth, and I haven't had it. So and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? But it kind of does fuck with me in a sense because it's kind of like that's kind of how I kind of get the emotional stress off me of this. It because I'm doing what I love, but I also get to say how I really feel about what's going on in my own personal life, even if it's not directly that situation at that time. And it got me thinking, because I haven't done that therapy session. I came home Tuesday and I didn't do my sports show. My brother Juan, which that's like my only time I get a chance to really work with the guy, is Tuesdays because we're so busy. And it got me thinking, like, okay, I'm making these. One wasn't a choice, but the sports show one because I was just tired. I was dead fucking tired. And that's another thing. My body's starting to react to the sun because my energy is getting drained every time I go outside. Every time I go outside, my fucking energy is gone. By the time I get out the car, I'm soaked. Not like in sweat, but like energy. Just I'm done. Like I don't have no more. I had to come inside. I have to sit down. I have to have curtains on my window, on my blinds, because I cannot deal with the light. I gotta just chill and I gotta rest my body, even if I'm just laying in bed for a moment watching Netflix, which I've been watching Lucifer, and I didn't know how good that show was. Lord jeez, that's just funny. But it's kind of also helped me with a lot of other questions that I've been having, even though it's a biblical show and it's not really a real show, but it kind of does make me think a little bit like, we do cause a lot of our problems and say the devil made me do it, or that it was, the devil was on my shoulder or something. And it kind of makes me think, like, what if Lucifer really was a. We always think God is coming back. What if Lucifer is also coming back? We just don't see it a lot because is it was that his choice to be the devil, or because we all heard the story, God cast him out of heaven. I don't want to get too, religious because I don't know the book like that. I'm not gonna even act like I know the Bible like that. But it kind of makes me think because the most of the show that I'm in only in season two, but most of the show is him kind of like saying, he's kind of conflicted. Where is it my choice to be a Punisher, or was it like was I chosen to be one? Was it my choice or was I chosen? Because he's like I was thrown out, but I love punishing people. That's kind of what I do. I've kind of grown into being a Punisher. But he always says, God threw me out. So what was I supposed to do? He made me into that. And it's kind of interesting. And it kind of makes me feel like my podcast. It's like, I love what I do. This is my choice. But now that I've kind of gotten a little bit more and more into it, and the chances are starting to kick in. It's starting to come. And it's kind of making me think, will it be my choice if I turn them down? Or am I so blinded that I'm shocked that I'm getting these chances that I'm just going to say yes regardless of how it may be? And that shit is petrifying. It is scary. And it kind of makes me feel like I kind of understand the show a little bit. And I'm not saying I understand the devil, but I'm just saying I understand the show. And it's kind of interesting because that's all we have, right? We got a chance and a choice in our lives. But what do we really know what to do with them when they're particularly put in our face? What do we do? We think it's a chance because it's so there, it's right there. But what if you don't take it? Was it really a choice? Like, or was it still your chance to be like, I could show myself, I could turn this down and still figure out my own path because I chose to turn it down? Or was that a choice that you decided to make in your own head? Be like, you know what? I can do this on my own. I can do it on my own. It's kind of got me thinking. We all know the thing. We all know the theory. For every action, there's a reaction. There's a cause and an effect. And I'm trying to, and for the last couple of weeks, I've been struggling trying to figure out like what's the cause and effect to this. I told you this is deep dive season. This is my theme for my podcast. This season 5. It's not gonna be always giggles and fucking kicks all day. I have to figure shit out and get back to what I do. And this is what I do. I question myself so much in my life, and I choose to maybe prolong the conversations to myself, or maybe I go too like experimental into the mindset. I'll try to over explain it to myself, like why am I doing it? Or maybe that's just my chance to like explore my mind and see what happens when you choose to do something different. The questions that I've had for the last couple of weeks is not if I want to do my podcast, it's how do I do it? I never asked myself that question since the first time I started it. How do I go about this? And every time I get on this phone and that red light comes on, I say in this camera that it's something about this that I can't let go because I love it and I enjoy it, which I do and I do. But it does get me a cause for pause sometimes. And it's not a very over the top cause for pause. It's not something that it's more so just the thought process of like all of this shit I gotta go through to get to where I'm at. To get to this moment at night where I can just sit here, record, and just say what I feel. And yes, some people might like it, and some people might not. Some people might support it, and some people might not. And that never bothered me. And it still doesn't. I think what kind of I think that kind of gets me a little bit sometimes is me trying to figure out if this podcast is supposed to be positive to their growth as a person. Because is that a chance or is that a choice I'm making? Is the podcast my chance to be a better person? Or is it my choice to seek it out and say that it's my choice? It's my chance. Which one is it? And I think that's kind of why I've been struggling the last couple of times I've done a podcast because it's like I wanna I wanna always be positive and well not positive. I always wanna be honest on my show and do my thing. And anybody comes here, I want them to feel like I'm giving them a platform because no matter how, and I am, but it's more so in depth than that because not only I'm giving them a platform to say how they feel, but they're giving me a platform to go back and forth with them. Season 5, it's got me finally where I wanted to be, but it's also kind of got me in a very biblical statement, rock between a hard place. It's kind of got me in the middle of a rock between a hard place because it's just like I'm trying to figure out: is it positive? Is it negative? It's not those. Okay, cool. Is it wrong? Is it right? Okay, it's not that. Is it my choice or is it a chance? And this is the last thing I got on the plate. It's like, okay, is this really my career I'm choosing? Or is it just a choice I'm making at the moment and will I get bored of it? Because even though I'm not bored of doing this and I love what I do, there is moments where I just don't want to be bothered with doing it because even though I don't have a real life, I still want to live life. And I think that's my first and main objective. Because a podcast, I don't want to get on here and just start saying shit. It won't make no sense. And maybe this episode won't make any sense to anybody. Who knows? But that's my battle now. It's like, is this a chance or is it a choice? And is the decision really mine? Or is it guided by a higher power? Who knows? We shall see. And I think that's kind of where I've been mentally a little bit, where I'm I'm not trying to. It's summer blues, right? But I'm not depressed and I'm not super over it, like anxiety filled. So what is it? Because it's not really summer blues for me. It's just it's that it's just, and I'm trying to fucking fill that blank. I don't know, and it's scary. It's terrifying. It is somewhat exciting. It is somewhat thrilling. it gives you a rush, but it also makes you realize, yo, I might be doing this shit for the wrong reasons. What if I am doing it for the wrong reasons? If I am, how do I get out of doing it for the wrong reasons? Maybe I am supposed to be super over aggressive and I'm supposed to go crazy and I'm supposed to do what I see a lot of people do, or maybe my my antisocial personality is gonna be the doom of me. Maybe not being so friendly and open will hurt me one day doing this. Maybe that's why I'm so closed off right now. Maybe that's why I'm not trying to get too close to anyone right now. Mm. Maybe that's why I'm afraid. Maybe that's why I'm not trying, because I like this too much for it to end on my own fucking stupidity. You let too many people in, one of them are bound, one of them are bound to hurt you. So do you stop it because you know it could happen, or do you keep going and see what happens? And is that a chance or is that a choice? And is that a decision you're willing to live with? Too many questions and no answer for any of them. Maybe that's why life is so fucking hard. Because even when you try and you think you finally figured out the equation, they change the fucking answer. Hmm. Hmm. Funny how life works sometimes, right? Uh, Crazy how life goes sometimes. We shall see. Um, this might be the only episode I'll put out this upcoming week. Didn't do it, like I said, didn't do a top 10 list. I don't know if I want to do record another episode. I might feel up to it maybe Saturday or Sunday, so I don't know. But if this is the only episode I put out, this is episode 15 of season 5, which also means this is also the 190th episode of the Brandon Janeau Show. I'm getting close to 200. Um, I, have I ever thought about 200 episodes? Bro, I couldn't even see past 20. Um, when I say afraid earlier, that's the afraid part. Where I lose my care, my happiness, my urgency for doing this. And sometimes it wavers. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, before I started this, I said I've been battling, trying to figure out if I was gonna do a podcast this week, and clearly I did one. But am I starting to get to the point where I don't deem this important anymore? Or do I see it as too much of an importance that I might neglect something else to get to where I need to be? Um, Nobody knows these answers because We're not fucking mind readers, and we don't know what's the next step in life. But what we do know is that we can't plan for everything. So we have to live off of fate, but we also have to live off of cautiousness and carefulness and some weird concoction of life. Nothing's fair, but nothing should be easy either. What's the expression? If it's too easy, I never trust it. This isn't easy. Get on a podcast, divulging your worst, scariest, deepest, darkest feelings, fears, questions, uh, complications, situations, thoughts. It isn't easy to do it for 190, let alone close to 200 for 3 years. The shit not easy. And I don't take what I do for no. I don't take what I do for granted. And people think because I don't get paid for this yet, in a sense, that maybe I say a lot of shit, but you're not getting money for it. It doesn't matter. What I said a couple moments ago about trying to figure out if this is what is supposed to be quote unquote the calling for me, or if it's really just me trying to decide that I've made it this way. What is it? I I've I don't know. Every podcast episode, I feel like I said that at some point. I don't know. Because we don't know. We struggle to figure out if we know, but we don't know. I know it's a long ass outro, but I'm gonna get to it. Is it about having fun and figuring it out, or is it about being cautious, being aware, being safely guarded to the point where you can't lighten up? What is it? Is this our cause and effect? Somebody goes a little bit too far. The other person plays it too safe. They find each other, and the rubber meets the road. I guess. What is it? What is this? For 190 episodes, I've been trying to figure it out. What I'm trying to say is, about 200 episodes, I'm still not gonna figure this shit out. So, what I'm trying to say is this: for 200 episodes, closing in on, for 3 years, I've been a podcaster. Do I know? I don't even know what that word still means, which is intriguing, right? I don't know what that word means. A podcaster. What does that mean? I've never asked myself that question. Have y'all? And if so, what does it mean to you? And maybe you can help me figure out my dilemma of, is this a choice I'm making, or is this a chance I'm getting? And it's just really my decision. I don't know. But until next time, hope you guys enjoyed this. Touch you guys soon. Brandon Janeau, peace.